So I just went and saw Dune 2. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I have officially now seen Dune 2, my most anticipated film of the year. I have been waiting for this for a whole entire year. It was supposed to come out last year. I was super excited for it last year. But then I was like, it's delayed. How am I going to live? Well, guess what? I finally saw it. I finally saw the most anticipated film of the year for me. Now, I love the first Dune. I think it was absolutely incredible. It, to me, was just fantastic. So I was really excited to see what Denis Villeneuve was going to come up with and showcase for the second one. As someone who hasn't watched the previous older films and someone that hasn't read the books, I'm completely blind. So I don't know what's going in. I was very, very intrigued to see how he's going to bring this story to life and progress it and what it would do for me. Now, a lot of people have been saying this is a masterpiece. They've been saying this is just sci-fi absolute perfection. Like, people have been saying stuff like that. And then there's obviously some people there that just didn't work for. I will say, I really enjoyed this film a lot. I really did. But I wouldn't say it's perfect. I had some issues with this film, and the first issue I had is the pacing. This is a 2.5 hour movie around that time length, but it did feel like it was a lot longer. It did drag in moments. Now, I didn't really particularly get that in the first film. I felt like the first film ran quite smoothly, pacing-wise. But this film, there was a lot of moments and scenes that kind of slowed it down for me a bit too much, and then it kind of dragged on and felt like, this feels like I'm watching a 3.5 hour movie. So can we kind of move this along? And that's what it felt like. So that's my main issue with this film, is that pacing. There are moments like that. But other than that, I thought it was spectacular. Firstly, I have to give a shout out to the sound design. The sound design. Oh my word. Look, there are so many sounds that you hear on the big screen and in those like IMAX theaters, Dolby and everything like that. Like, for instance, the TIE Fighter screech. It's just music to ears. Like, you know how you get those sounds and you just like, wow, that's spectacular. The things they use to call the worms, I could sit there and just listen to that all day. It just sounds so good. The spaceships sound absolutely fantastic as well. Just the whole sound design just immerses you into the world when the explosions are happening, when they're shooting the lasers. It's so immersive. And that's because of that sound design. It was spectacular, man. Visually, stunning. I don't know if we're going to see a more visually better film this year than Dune 2. The only one I can think of that could match this is the Furiosa, the Mad Max movie that's coming. I just butchered that name, I know. But anyway, the Mad Max movie that's coming, Furiosa, that movie has the potential to be as good looking as this, but I don't think it will be. I think this is going to be the best looking film you're going to see all year. It is visually pleasing on the ears, the eyes, any sense. Like, sometimes I felt like I was smelling sand. That's how beautifully immersed you were in this whole entire story that was going on with the visuals and the actual sound. It just takes you to that world. It's unreal, man. It really is unreal how they're able to do that. And when the scene with the freaking, when he rides the sandworm, bro. Oh, I felt like I was on it. Like, there's this one scene where you're watching and you feel like you're on the sandworm. And man, I'll tell you, I haven't experienced something like that in the theater for a long time, where you actually feel like you're physically there. Brilliant. Cinematography, top notch, man. Top notch. The performances are great. Paul Atreides. Let's talk about Paul Atreides, because he has a brilliant character arc in here. And Timothy is fantastic. One of the best performances I've seen him give. He was superb. He had that authority. Because, look, he's not like a big guy. He's not ripped or like muscular and stuff like that. So you got to kind of have that aura that when you're on the screen, that makes me believe that, okay, yeah, I believe that this guy, this character, yeah, there's something about him that just makes everyone want to follow him in that, even though he's not like this gigantic guy. And Timothy brought that and portrayed that aura of Paul, where you're like, yeah, this guy he's him. He's the real deal. He was great. Zendaya is fantastic in this film. She is incredible. And I love her character. I'm really intrigued to see where they go with that character and what happens. So that was great. Rebecca Ferguson, she's great in everything she does. She's spectacular in here as well. Florence Pugh, fantastic. She's great. Dave Bautista's great. But the man that steals the show for me is Austin Butler. Oh my word, that character that he plays, that was one of the best introductions I've seen to a character. As soon as he's on screen, you feel that this guy is someone you don't want to come across. And Austin Butler, the performance that he was able to bring this character, to give us this visualization, this aura of a guy that is psychotic, but calculated and very smart and knows what he's all about and what he's going to do. That character is superb. I really enjoyed it when he was on screen. My only downside to it is there wasn't enough of him. I wanted to see more of him because he was just so intriguing and interesting, and I wanted to see more of what he was capable of and how, ferocious he was. Because Austin Butler was fantastic at portraying that, but I felt like some of the stuff could have been incorporated a bit more in this film and replaced a few other things where you could have really had this character there where you're like, holy crap. So that when you get to the final act and that, when the big stuff happens, the big action sequence happens, which is gorgeous in my opinion, you have this more like, oh, I don't know what's about to happen because anything could go. It may have 50-50 right now. So, yeah, I just think Austin Butler was fantastic, but I feel like that character could have been utilized a lot more, personally, in my opinion. But the story itself, it really revolves around this prophecy. And some of you guys who have read the book and that, you know where you're going with it and all that. I didn't know, but it revolves around this prophecy that the Fremen really believe in. And there was a couple of moments where it was quite funny as well. I didn't expect to laugh a bit, and that was because of the guy that was leading the Fremen. He makes some, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, but a lot of people were laughing in the theater as well, where you're kind of like, oh, that's funny. But I enjoyed the lore of the Fremen, really diving into them and how, how they actually operate as a faith-based civilization. I really enjoyed that. So, but I'm excited for the next one, because man, this is a saga I'm really excited for, and obviously you guys who have read the book and that, you know where we're going. I don't know, so don't spoil it for me, but I'm excited. And dude, that ending, man, that ending. Okay, you have my attention, Denis Villeneuve. You have my attention. Let's continue on. So, look, overall, I really enjoyed this film. The music, man. Wait, before I go, I have to talk about the music. Oh my word, the music, the score is incredible, man. It's incredible. I believe it's Hans Zimmer again. Man just knocks it out of the park. Man is becoming one of the GOATs when it comes to music scores, movie scores. This guy is just so superb at it. And again, he nails it. Hans Zimmer, bro. Just one of the GOATs. One of the GOATs. So, I really enjoyed Dune 2. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. And peace out.